Hello to my Aquarius. This is a bonus requested video. It'll probably go up on the, not sure which side it's going to go up on, because this could be totally thrown off my algorithms if I put it on the regular side. If so, this will be the absolute last time that we'll put bonus videos up here on this side, and I want to throw off the algorithms. Hopefully you all are having a good weekend. Hopefully you all are having a good weekend, okay? I want to help you out with something, because I'm seeing some things online that I really want to help you all out with keeping your vibrations high so that you can attract the things that you've been praying for, okay? I'm going to really try to help you out, collective, over here, and try to help you out with some things. So let's get into your reading. Let's get into your reading. Okay, here we go. So start packing. Your new dream home is loading. Okay, so listen, a lot of people have been, not just you, Aquarius, this is our cross watchers as well. So I'm gonna help you all, like how to attract with you what you want to come your way faster. Okay, really what you want to kind of come your way faster. Okay, everybody is going through a cycle, like everybody. That's the whole planet. Everybody, the whole planet, right? When you're trying to attract something new, that means that you're going to have to release the old in its entirety. Release the old, like completely release something, like completely release something. Especially if it's going to keep you in a cycle of something that you may not be aware that you could be attaching yourself to someone else's karmic cycle. You're going to have to completely, the best way you can to release it. The best way you can to release something. So this is what somebody has been praying for. Somebody has been praying for a new dream home. You know, you've been praying for something, you've been asking source for, but you're going to have to create room for it. You're going to have to really create room for it by keeping your vibrations high. By keeping your vibrations high. All right, let's get into it. If you have moved on from friends, I'm just going to say loved ones. Loved ones could have been blood relatives, people you considered as friends. That could even be colleagues that you considered as friends. I'm just going to say loved ones, okay, just for the, so we can kind of, you know, so then come across as wordy, right? Whoever you're closing out a cycle with, learn how to forgive yourself for maybe overthinking something before closing out a cycle, but close it out in love and move on. Move on. Move on. All right? Keep your vibrations high. It's all of that sounds salacious to keep replaying the same thing over and over and over again. Or what are they up to? You need to play by play. You throw yourself back into a cycle. If you want to play by play, you're moving this way forward, not backwards. Right? You're rising above the judgment. You're rising above that, right? You're not obsessed. So you're not letting someone else's obsession with you make it your obsession. That's getting caught in a loop, someone else's loop, okay? Okay? Rising above all of that, remember the air up here is thin, right? So you're going to catch something like quickly, like sources going you the first download you getting it first. Okay, information coming to you first. It's coming through a dream, through the air, however it's coming through. High vibrations, right? You're rising above who's judging you based on something you may not have known about. You could have been going through a transition. Remember, what's hidden in the judgment card is death. So it could have been a death of a job, closing out a cycle, replaying, you know, conversations over in your head. You could have been having nightmares or dreams. You're trying to process. You're trying to process, right? You're trying to process. And so you keep reliving something over and over and over again. It's throwing you into a loop. Judgment card is connects us with powerful transformation. It connects us with a metamorphosis. But it also connects us with obsession. An obsession. Yeah, connects us with an obsession. So use your creativity, your downtime, to create time for speaking something into existence, something that you want, that you've been praying for. Here's the Five of Wands here. Yeah. So yeah, here we have the High Priestess card. You've already gone through a dark night of the soul to step into the light. That's you and somebody, right? Have gone through to be enlightened, right? So this is the number 11. This is second card in tarot, but this looks like pillars, right? So you had to get off the fence of the overthinking about who was judging you by being baited into a lie, you know, about something. Something could have been a lie. Who knows? For some of you all, somebody may have come to you and said, oh, guess what? You know, so-and-so is going up for the same position that you're going up for, you know, in the job. And I thought you all were friends. You all go out to lunch every single day. I mean, how could they be competing against the same position you're competing with? Okay, they may have gotten the job. Okay. You may have moved on. You've risen above the judgment. Yeah, here we have, this right here. 7 of Cups right here. So something is closed out. You're moving on. The scales from your eyes have been removed. Right? Scales from your eyes are being removed. Right? So here we have the 10 of Wands here. Yeah. So you're moving on. You're not feeling like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. So for somebody, I don't know what this is, but you're on your way to your North Node. That's what this is. North Node. Right? On your way to your North Node. Let's see. Here we have the Knight of Wands here. Yeah, you're free. You're free. Yeah. Yeah, some energies are ruthless. They were ruthless with their lies. They were really ruthless with their lies about you all, Aquarius. They were. So here we have the King of Cups here. So those are some things that are true. Those are some things that are true. You think about water and you think about fire, right? You could think about somebody has been lying to you for years. Somebody has been lying to you for years about some kind of sickness or illness or whatever, trying to gain some kind of sympathy, you know, from you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And you've been falling for the bait. Oh, wow, and they're sick, but you're not the only person that has fallen for that. The truth is, for somebody could have been in a relationship with a complete and total psychopath, for real. Somebody who kept telling people they were sick, this was wrong, that was wrong with them, this was wrong, that was wrong, but you never could find out exactly what the sickness or the illness was. Nobody could ever, it was always a bunch of confusion around something. You can never figure out what was what. So you being judged because you getting downloads and people saying that you're lying and that you're crazy, something's wrong with you because you're getting, your intuition is telling you something is not right, something is off. What sickness, what illness, what's all of this? What is going on with some kind of an obsession? You can't quite put your finger on something. You can't quite put your finger on something. You feel like with the fire lets you know that somebody could be in danger. Something wasn't right, And I'm saying here because somebody has, when I say finger on something, this person has their index finger in their mouth and they're like, okay, trying to flip over bowls. Like, okay, is it this? Is this? Okay, I'm not really sure what this is. They saying, somebody is saying, somebody keeps saying that they're sick or something's wrong, but won't say exactly what it is. What exactly is something? Master manipulator. So all you can rely on are your dreams and downloads. That's all you can rely on dreams and downloads. Everybody else around them being manipulated. Family members, loved ones, everybody being manipulated. Even when you may have said somebody is a bully, that's why I keep trying to tell y'all, close out the cycle, rise above people judging you. Rise above that. People judging you. So you can close out a cycle. You can finally close out a cycle and move on, knowing that you are not losing. You ain't crazy. You haven't lost your mind. Nothing's wrong with you. Yeah, nothing's wrong with you, right? So, yeah, so this is came out in reverse, right? Yeah. But this came out in reverse. So somebody, some kind of so everything that was going on with them, they were projecting something onto you. Somebody, whatever lie was going on with them, somebody was projecting that onto you. All while spreading a bunch of lies around you, bringing judgment down on you from other people, speaking something into your life. Rise above all of that. Rise above all of that. Rise above all of it. Yep. Rise above all of that. You've overcome a lot of adversity. You moved on from a scarcity mindset. You know your worth. You know your value. Right? You recognize the available support that you have. Right? You have a lot of ideas. You already know who's behind a lot of the lies already. Rise above it. Right? Rise above it. So that's how I'm going to keep trying to help you all to rise above, keep your, and I'm talking to my cross watchers as well, right? Structure and authority, right? There it is. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. So something is closed out. You're able to keep your composure. Like I said, you're able to keep your composure, but somebody kept lying about something. And you were dealing with a master manipulator, but somebody was like, okay, you cool, calm, and collected. These energies kept putting you in bullying situations to try to get you restricted, get you put out, just doing the absolute most. Anything that was an obsession to try to hurt you or put you in a dangerous situation, you say, because something was off. So you be conservative with your time until something comes to the light. You weren't running from anything, and there was a lot of familiar spirits around you, suspicious. We don't know what's wrong. Who is this person? Where they come from? It wasn't you. You were just sitting, okay, waiting for source to give you the next instruction. So somebody's grateful that something is behind you. You're grateful that something is behind you. Yeah. This is your psychic ability. Somebody believed in something, that there was something was going on and you weren't sure. Like I said before, somebody fell for some kind of a bait, like you did, some kind of lie around some kind of sickness. This is right here. This the devil is in the details, right? So 7 of Cups would be like, well, for just water energy is, water is shaped and guided by the earth that holds and surrounds it, right? So if you got a bunch of people that's sitting around drinking, somebody gonna say, here's a drink. Something was off. Something felt unusual about about somebody you love being in an environment, because they did not sound, especially if you're a person who did I see say this in an interview recently? The name is going to come to me in a second. If you're a person who is not a drinker, or a person who is not on, like, if you're not on any, medication, any altering medications or anything like that, you'll be able to pick up on something, especially if that's not somebody's norm of who they're around, by certain words that they're saying, certain actions. You're just like, is everything okay? The words are slurring. Something is off with them. You don't know what the heck is going on. And basically somebody's like, the spirit is almost like crying out for help me. I'm around. I can't even think straight. you went into prayer warrior mode. You went into prayer warrior mode. Because somebody was absolutely trying to put you in a situation which would have been very dangerous, trying to bait you into a situation. To get you to come into something. To get you to come into something. Here's the Two of Cups here. Yeah. That is why being impulsive is not helpful for people who need help. That's why prayer, the strength of being a prayer warrior, keep your vibrations high. When you close out cycles in love, rise above the judgment of what all the other noise around you, people trying to judge you. They don't know what the heck is going on. They have no idea. But somebody else fell for some kind of bait that you wouldn't fall for, because there's a master manipulator, a psychopath. Let's just call it for what it is. A psychopath who's been lying for years about some kind of mystery illness. Whoever it is, I don't know who it is, be man, woman, whoever. Somebody got some kind of mystery something that nobody's ever been able to put their finger on. Right. So here's the Eight of Pentacles here. And you may not even still know what some kind of mystery, whatever it is. Right? But you keeping cool, calm, and collected until some clarity was brought to something. Because some energies were definitely trying to provoke you. They were definitely trying to provoke you, all Aquarius, trying to get you upset. That's what I said, don't get into an argument. Y'all been hearing me for months because I kept picking up on energy. Every time I see this right here, people kept trying to bait you into something. And I said, don't get into arguments with your neighbors. You know, continue being polite, keeping your vibrations high, because you needed to be around for somebody who needed some help, whether it was your best friend at work, whomever. You need to be the calm one, water emotionally intelligent. You need to be the calm one. So learn how to close out cycles. Learn how to close out cycles in love. All those things could be true about an ex-friend, ex-love interest, or ex-whomever. You can see clear through them as if they were glass that somebody had just sprayed with Windex and wiped off. You can probably see right clear through them where everybody else around them is confused. You're not confused. That's why they were so obsessed with erasing you, because you were the one who could see right through them. There's a tower right there. All you needed to do was add some structure and authority to something. You could see right through it. Here's a Hierophant card. You already knew somebody was a bully. Yep. All it took for it to come out was for you to start thriving. All it took for it to come out was for you to start thriving, because the energies did everything they could possibly do to bring judgment down on you. Because every time you started thriving, there's two energies. Every time you started thriving, energies went right into, let's ruin Aquarius mode. Let's ruin Aquarius mode, right? So they couldn't handle it, couldn't take it no more. So they had to take it out on somebody else. So who knows how many people they were taking it out on around them. Who knows how many people they were taking out on around them. You know, just obsessed with you. Obsessed with draining you because of your creativity. So the energy is gaining momentum. So you have a lot of ideas. You're moving forward. Keep your vibrations high. Keep your vibrations high. Keep your vibrations high. You're thriving. Yeah, you're thriving. So keep your vibrations high. You have overcome adversity. You're embracing abundance. You recognize, recognizing available support. Moving from a scarcity mindset to one of opportunity and resilience. You've overcome a lot. You've overcome a lot. Overcome a lot. So, time for you to soak in the bath. You've overcome a lot. So keep your vibrations very high. Keep your vibrations very high. And retrain yourselves. For real, Aquarius. And I'm talking to you and whoever else is tuned in. Retrain yourselves that even on social media, like, there's a lot of salacious stuff out there. This person going through this, they going through that. Okay, retrain yourself. Like, retrain yourself. Because a lot of things could bring you down to a lower frequency. A lot of things could bring you down to a lower frequency. But right here, set an intention. Set an intention. Set an intention. Set an intention. Whatever you wish. When you lessen the importance of problems and suffering, life will swing back into balance. So stop the struggle and feel peace. The world responds to you. Yeah. The world responds to you. So somebody is a very creative energy. This right here lets me know that somebody could be in hermit mode. And you being in hermit mode, this is where you're coming up on creativity, creating something, right? Or learning how to create something. So the energies will keep trying to bait you into something. Every time they try to bait you into something, move on. Just move on. Bait you into some kind of lie. And the enemy is very crafty. They try to be slick with something. Be very clear. Very clear. Yeah. That you too are a light high priestess. You've gone through the night of the soul. Sources exposing who's people associated with left and right in your life, Aquarius. People, sources exposing people left and right. Left and right. Page of Wands here. So you got a message. A new freedom project, freedom exploration. You got a message coming in that someone is free from, this is a, page energy is messenger energy. That someone is free from shade, free from shady energies. They're free from shady energies. Eight of Swords here. Yeah, free from shady energies. And when they look back, when you look back, just like when they look back, you realize how restricted you may have been, especially if you were everywhere you went and you trying to tell people the truth about something. Everybody thought you was lying about something. Like, what? These are family members, people that you create bonds with. I mean, like, what? So here's a death card. So, time to end some relationships permanently. Time to end them permanently. If you're going to people for support and for help, to help you, and everybody think that what you're sharing with them is the most outlandish thing they've ever heard in their lives, and yet they talking to you one minute, but then get off the phone and go call the same person that you need help from, because somebody's a master manipulator. So it's just like, this is the time you're getting ready to cut them off permanently. There's no excuse they could give you. That's not you judging them. That's you rising above it, closing out a cycle in love, and moving on with your life. So you're not constantly reminded of the nightmare. Of them being in a poisonous environment and the scales not falling from their eyes. All so they can get their wishes fulfilled. They talking to you, so that's a wish being fulfilled, but they're also getting something from the other side, which is a wish fulfilled. Like, wake up. Still talking to people that you don't talk to. You cried to them, everybody, other people, you and somebody have already talked to them, cried at the whole 9 yards. They still falling for the yeah, so, yeah. So you need to make a decision. some kind of a partnership in business or partnership in love is coming across your path. But that's what I have for you all, Aquarius. Like I said, these readings don't have to be, they're not going to be as long anymore, because again, they do kind of throw the algorithm off a little bit, because like I said, you want to start building more confidence in your spiritual gifts. And when you're going to people for help and they still are aligning themselves with people, however long it takes you, for real, however, sometimes it takes a while for you to even figure it out, depending on the environment you're in. Depending on the environment you're in. If you're constantly working day and night and you're too exhausted to even pay attention, you're not going to pick it up right away. But don't let your past hold you back. You're not going to pick it up right away. Extend yourself some grace, for real. You were talking to three, it was three people, three energies, like I said before, that were exposed as still connecting with some ruthless energies that you thought, would at least bare minimum would tell you the truth about something. At least three of them. Yeah. But the moment this is heart chakra. These are energies that you love. You weren't holding no grudges against anybody. The moment your head and heart are at war with each other about anybody that you love, Aquarius, I can't say this anymore, and I can't say it any clearer. That is the moment you need to start praying for clarity. That's when you need to start praying for clarity. Somebody that you love has selective memory. They have selective memory. You've asked them point blank period, did they talk to certain people? They said no. They said no. Now you're finding out something totally different. Or you will find out something totally different, because remember, time is relative. You need to make a decision to love yourselves better. A lot of people getting their wishes fulfilled on both ends. Basically, like, well, we're not blood relatives. Some of them were saying they're not blood relatives. I mean, they just like, who knows what? We haven't talked to them in a long time. You never know. Okay. So, looking at your cards here, Aquarius, some of you all, like I said, just looking at your cards here, there are some people who are you're still finding your tribe. You're still finding your energy of people. Some people absolutely will believe you if you were to say, for you dated someone or had kids, whether you're a man or woman, doesn't really matter who you are. Who for them it was just transactional. For them it was just transactional. They don't care about nothing else but money. That's it. Competing with you. You move somewhere, they got to move close to where you are. Just obsessed. But it's not an obsession as in they love you obsessed. It's obsessed with destroying you. That's why I say your intuition has been giving you all kinds of signs. Sometimes you need to geographically move away from everything and get into hermit mode so that you can get your downloads. Balance it out. Balance it out. Spend time with nature's animals. If somebody has been around some animals for real, like some people who just, have no control over themselves. So this reminds me of a movie. This one reminds me of a movie. Y'all remember, I'm gonna look up the name of this movie, because it's a particular part of this movie that reminds me of something. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of that movie, A Fall from Grace. It's a Tyler Perry movie. Y'all may want to watch that movie. Where, who was in it? I want to say it was Cicely Tyson in it. want to say it was, I know Felicia Rashad was in it, but Cicely Tyson, I want to say, played in the movie as well. Yeah, and they were trying to do some kind of investigation of like where people were, coming from, and people just kind of sort of saw you as this low-hanging fruit. For some of you all, saw you as this low-hanging fruit, right? Just easy, somebody they could take advantage of. So you thinking some of y'all, that's why I keep telling people, when you have people who are obsessed, some people think that stuff is cute. There's nothing cute about an obsession. Nothing. You know, nobody, even somebody to say I love you to death, they need to change that. There ain't no loving nobody to death. You love somebody to life. You don't love somebody to death. There is power in words. So, yeah, don't let your past hold you back. Like I said before, there were some energies that, like I said before, what you're realizing is somebody, you made the right decision. Some of you all, if you moved on, physically moved on, you made the right decision to leave some energies behind. Because that's it. Like I said. Yep. Yep. So now somebody can be looking back. You and somebody could have that in common, looking back, looking in the mirror and going, wow. Like, these energies really, really wanted you all to, like really fall deep. Like really, really wanted you to fall. So, yeah, whatever you wish. Let me see what else we got going on here. Let's see what else we have going on here. Yeah, two energies would definitely, you see this fall right here? Yeah. Yep, wisdom. Use your best judgment. Insight into nature, into physical objects gives you foresight. So somebody is very, very wise. Duality. Don't lose your vigilance. Yeah, don't lose your vigilance. So yeah. Yeah. Yes, and people know that you're very, very responsible. They know that you're just a very responsible energy. You're just a very hardworking, responsible energy. Something has been exhausting for you, financially just draining for somebody. I don't know who you are, but spirit of life. So remember, you are never alone. The spirit of life is with you. The world takes care of you. Allow yourself to rest in this realization and feel the lightness in you. Feel the lightness in you. So that is what I have for you. 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 I think this is it. I think this is it. Yeah, so yeah, you all do have some energies that you may have spoken with that have been very, very supportive. We're not talking about those energies. We're talking about the energies. They know who they are. For you, they know who they are. So yeah, but don't let this looks like somebody was bullied. You could have been bullied, like hold you back. That's what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. All right, bye.